Pakistan International Airlines (PIA) is once again in hot water after nearly a third of its pilots were suspected of holding fake or dubious licenses and dodging exams following inquiries into their qualifications. The 262 grounded pilots pending conclusion of inquiries against them included 141 from PIA, 9 from Airblue, 10 from Serene Air and 17 from Shaheen Air, as per the announcement by the Pakistani Aviation Minister. They included 109 commercial and 153 airline transport pilots. The purge has sparked global concern, raising questions over how the Pakistani pilots acquired licenses from the Pakistan Civil Aviation Authority and worked for airlines across the world. The license scandal emerged in the wake of the plane crash in Karachi that killed 97 people on board. The crash prompted a preliminary report which found that the pilots had failed to follow standard procedures and disregarded alarms. The aviation minister continued saying that the authorities had been investigating collusion between pilots and the civil aviation officials since late 2018 to circumvent examinations. He said all the pilots were accused of having someone sit one or more exam papers for them, and sometimes even all the 8 papers required for an airline pilot's license. Shortly after this, PIA then stated it would ground all pilots with the dubious licenses. We will restructure the airline and a clean-up process will be completed by this year, the aviation minister said. Pakistan's investigations into pilots' qualifications began after a 2018 crash landing in Gilgit and found that the test date on the license of the pilot involved had been a holiday, suggesting it was a fake as testing could not have taken place on that day. As a result, 16 pilots of PIA were grounded in early 2019. Aviation experts are divided over the license scandal. The grounding of the pilots was aimed at making the Pakistani aviation industry credible and that it would also dispel global concern surrounding PIA. However, others see the purge as a global humiliation for Pakistan's aviation industry and doubt the promised reforms. This is a sweeping statement from the government, and the list of grounded pilots issued by the government is doubtful. It has many mistakes and it will lead to disaster. People will not even think of boarding the PIA with fake licensed pilots flying the planes, said the managing director of the airline until 2011. It is now an uphill task to revive the PIA when the confidence level in the crew is lost. Everything is lost. This move is going to be the last nail in the coffin, he added. The Pakistan minister stated that the list of pilots to be grounded had been sent to airlines and would also be available on the civil aviation website. He said all the airlines and clubs had been told that these pilots shouldn't be allowed to fly anymore. The Pakistan Airline Pilots Association has challenged the authenticity of the list and asked the judiciary to probe the issue, citing distrust in a transparent government investigation. A senior pilot who has been grounded over allegations of a fake license and declined to be named told that the Civil Aviation Authority has the right to issue the license after exams, but the list prepared by the government is full of blunders and was prepared in the haste without knowing the consequences. Having 19 years of flying experience, the pilot said he was shocked to see his name on the list. I don't know what the government is going to do and I doubt their intention. Either they are going to privatize the air national carrier or completely shut it down to acquire big hotels abroad. The former Prime Minister of Pakistan stated that the premature sharing of the list is not a good step from the government. This is a serious matter and it should be investigated as 40% of our total pilots are dubious now. The government first issued the list without any investigation and only announced an investigation later. He added that move has damaged the image of Pakistani pilots worldwide, citing Turkish Airlines' decision to ground 16 Pakistani pilots because one of them was named on the list. Vietnam's aviation authority announced on Monday that it had grounded all Pakistani pilots working for the Vietnamese airlines, adding the Civil Aviation of Vietnam is coordinating with Pakistani authorities to review the pilots' profiles. Air transport bodies have expressed concern over such a large number of pilots having dubious credentials and said they're seeking more information on the matter. We are following reports from Pakistan regarding fake pilot licenses, which are concerning and represent a serious lapse in the licensing and safety oversight by the aviation regulator, said a spokesperson for the International Air Transport Association. The European Union Aviation Safety Agency stated, "We are investigating the matter, but cannot comment further at this stage." Successive governments in the past have tried to privatize the overhaul the laws making carrier but failed due to political pressure. PIA, which has a fleet of 31 aircraft and 434 pilots, plunged into a further financial woes as a result of frequent cancellations. So with this, we have come to an end of today's video. Comment below what are your thoughts on this dubious licenses drama, and do consider subscribing if you're new around here, and don't forget to turn on your post notification icon so that you don't miss any of our future uploads. This is what I have for you today. Until then, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.